good evening, and welcome to tonight's Varsity Women's Soccer Showdown between the New Richmond Tigers and your Chippewa Falls Cardinals. I'm Gabe Vargas along with Mason Brune here. Tonight, Cardinal TV's covering the game. We're going to have a multi-camera setup going on, so we're going to have a view up from the box. And we're also going to have a view live on the field. Right now, it's shown on Drake's feet. And so here we got up in the box here, my partner in crime, Mason Brune. Mason, what are we expecting out of this game tonight?
Honestly, not really sure. We haven't played New Richmond in quite a few years. We're just going to go out there and we're going to do our best tonight.
Right on. And so, sitting in the conference, how are they looking in the conference if we know?
Us, we're doing pretty well.
Okay.
I think we only had about 2 conference matchups. We played Memorial on Tuesday. We played Memorial on Tuesday. We lost that game 3-1. I know the score doesn't show it there, but it actually was a bit closer than what it looked. But overall, I mean, we're still standing pretty good.
Right on. We're going to transition over to our live feed here, looking at the starting lineups. Thank you for tuning in live on Cardinal TV. I'm expecting a good night of soccer tonight. It is about 60 degrees and sunny tonight. A beautiful night for soccer here. You know, you can't look for anything better here.
You can't even complain about the wind tonight.
No, there's no wind either. You look at the flags. You look at the flags across the field. You look at the field goal post. There's no wind tonight, so wind isn't going to be playing a factor in this game at all, I don't think, tonight. You know, I'm expecting it, though, as these early spring games do go, you know. It'll be warm right now, but as soon as that sun goes down, it's going to get mighty chilly, mighty fast. We even got a space heater up here we can turn on, get it nice and toasty up here in the box. It's going to be a good night of soccer. And the transition quick over to Drake Bovey live on the field. Here's his look right now. He looks like he's zooming in on the ref there. We're just a few seconds away here from kickoff. Teams in their huddles getting ready to go. Richmond taking the field early. And so looking at pregame here, how has the squad been looking in practice this week?
Practice this week has been almost miserable, and not because of us, because of the weather.
Right.
It has been, I know, I showed up Monday, I think it was, and it was just hailing.
And that's the thing, you know, this weather that we've been having has just been, God, awful. Oh, my goodness gracious. You know, we had a track meet canceled the other week due to hail and just abysmal weather. Live here on kickoff, transitioning down to the live field coverage here by Drake Bovey, offering a brand new, fresh perspective here. You got a pretty nifty setup here, wouldn't you say, Mason?
Hey, but this is creative.
On the New Richmond side. Richmond passing the ball back, bringing it up to the outside on the right. And right off the bat here, it looks like New Richmond is coming out hot. Coming down the right side here. A little bit of contact. And that's going to be a goal kick for Chippewa Falls. Live goal kick here. Back to live gameplay. That's going to be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls. Looks like Gabrielle Schweitzer's taking the throw. Up to Ritzinger. Ritzinger's booting the ball up. And it looks like Mauer's off to the races trying to get there, but it won't be enough. Ava Rumpsa, the defender there. Big throw in by Schweitzer. Out to Mason. Mason with pressure. Ritzinger at the top of the box. She takes a shot. Blocked by New Richmond. Number 22, Reese Hafner. Mason with an opportunity in front of the box. She takes a shot. And that's going to be in. A goal for number 7, Haley Mason. And Mason, oh my goodness gracious, would you look at that? Capitalize on that opportunity there.
She's making a run this year for All-State. I mean, that's the goal.
Right, and I mean, look at, like, that's an All-State caliber player right there. 1-0 your score. Only 2:16 into the game. First shot on the net, and it goes in. Great shot ratio there. All ready to start off this game.
Yeah, that was a great start to this game. Let's just hope we can keep it up.
Right, keep up that energy. And so, talking about Memorial, you know, the weather was a little cold, and I was at a track meet, but I did get to peek on over. And so, tell me a little bit about what was going on at that soccer game.
Memorial has always been very decent competition. And this year, we battled pretty well. In previous years, it had been mercy rules almost constantly. This year, the score was only 3-1, and it should have been 3-2. There was a close call at the end. Unfortunately, the ball didn't go in, but it was a very close and competitive game. And I'm hoping we can see him later again this year, and hopefully we can try to get a win on him.
Right, and so looking at that game, that eventual matchup that will probably happen here at Chi High, you know, what does Chippewa need to do to capitalize and come ahead and come out on top against Memorial Old Abe's?
You know, me personally, I think the biggest thing we need is communication out there on the field. I think our girls need to start talking to each other a little bit more, working together more as a sound team. But, I mean, that's just me.
What do you know? I mean, you're only the team manager, right?
Only.
Back to live gameplay here. We have about 3:29 on the clock, 1-0 your score. Quick throw in off of New Richmond, and this is already starting to be a pretty intense and physical game. Booted up the side, and Dallas is unable to catch that. New Richmond making the throw in into Benedict, the freshman, starting for New Richmond here. And there's some decent freshmen starting on both sides of the ball here tonight, Mason.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Throwing to New Richmond. Richmond sending it out to Singer. Singer, will she be able to keep it in? And that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Looks like Sammy, the Riverboat Perlberg, who you remember from volleyball, is taking the throw-in here tonight.
Absolute cannon of an arm there.
I know. Riverboat, what an athlete. And what a valuable asset to this team. Dallas coming away with that there. Big touch with an opportunity, and, you know, if we were playing football, it would have been good.
It would have been good.
Straight through the field goal post. Second shot on net tonight, Haley Mason. She's going to have herself one heck of a night. It's going to be a goal kick for New Richmond. And it looks like the goalkeeper is going to be taking that. Number 98, Paige Turner, sophomore, in the net. Sends a short ball out to Burns. Burns to Singer. Red keeping the pressure. Mason with one on. Dallas taking a shot. Great scoop up by the Paige Turner there. And she's going to be booting the ball away.
You know, this is what we need right away, is we're keeping the pressure back in their defensive third. If we can just keep that up for the rest of the night, we're going to have a good night.
Looks like Benedict's coming away with that one. Riverboat on the defense. And it looks like Oh, shoot. Gasboard made one heck of an effort, the freshman there from from New Richmond, excuse me, but just couldn't keep the ball in. Big boot there by Chippewa Falls. That's going to be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls. Looks like New Richmond's already making a substitution. Number 4, Hattie Harold coming off. And number 2, Ava Zink, another freshman for this New Richmond squad. And it seems to be that this New Richmond squad's pretty young, Mason.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the roster here. They do seem pretty young indeed.
You know, only 4 seniors on their lineup. And it on the field right now is majority freshmen and sophomores. This is a pretty young squad. So promising future here for the New Richmond Tigers. Great header by Schweitzer. Grace with Ritzinger with a bit of contact on Growth, and that's going to be a free kick for New Richmond. And so looking at the Chippewa squad yet again, I was talking to head coach Al Ali before the game, and there seems to be some injuries that are plaguing the Chi-High squad.
Yep, on Memorial there was a few injuries. One of our freshmen, Reagan, she's out right now. And then Jada Curtis is another one who's out right now.
And Jada Curtis, man, she is a valuable asset for the Chi-High squad. Physical, aggressive, never afraid to win a 50-50 ball. And, you know, how's that going to affect the squad moving forward tonight?
I mean, it's just a toss-up. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, hopefully our girls can adapt to it. But honestly, I'm more worried about Reagan not being on the field.
Right. You know, a valuable freshman. She's skilled. She's fast. She's a wonderful player. And, again, she's got 4 bright years ahead of her here on the Chi-High squad.
Yeah, she's very aggressive. She has that hockey mentality.
Right.
So she wants to get out there. She wants to keep moving. And, yeah, we'll see what happens without her tonight. I mean, right away, we're doing pretty good. And we have another run going up the field right now. Haley's taking the ball.
Nice 50-50 there. Ball's brought away by the defense there. And, you know, that's the type of stuff we want to see,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was very close. I mean, I think Haley might even kicked out of the goalie's hands there.
Again, all-state player having a D1 scholarship for soccer at Southwest Minnesota State University. She's fully deserving of it. Wonderful soccer athlete, but also amazing cross-country runner. And it looks like New Richmond's going to clear that out of the box, and that's going to be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls. Looks like Schweitzer's on the throw-in here. Mason taking it out. Mason, and it looks like it's going to be taken away by Zinger. To Berg. Berg kicks it out, and that's going to be a throw-in for Chi-High. Throw in to Schweitzer. Schweitzer boots it up to Ritzinger. Ritzinger sending the ball up to Dallas. Nice little give and go, and right idea, but New Richmond is all up on top of that. And that looks like it's going to be a corner kick for the Chi-High Cardinals. They're going to have a little bit of a set piece here. And so I know Coach Ali for guys soccer has had quite a few set pieces for corner kicks. Is he doing the same with the girls squad?
A little bit. The more we're working at with the girls is just specific fundamentals. So this does include corner kicks here. I know Ella Gale is the one been taking them, and she's pretty good at it. She has a pretty good leg there. She knows where to put it.
And as you can see there, great boot there. Will she be, good yet again if we were playing football. Another shot on goal or on the net there by Haley Mason, just over. And man, again, like you were saying in the last game, those are the opportunities that we just need to capitalize on.
That is very true. You know, if we want to come away with a win against Memorial and wherever we play them again, we have to capitalize on those opportunities. But that just comes with practice. That just comes with time. We still have a full season ahead of us, so we should be able to work out those kinks there, and we should be able to, capitalize on those moments.
Into the keep punting it away. Paige Turner, the sophomore goalkeeper for New Richmond. That would be Kendra Charette, junior defenseman there, kicking it out there for the Cardinals, resulting in a throw-in for New Richmond. Diallo taking the ball up. She's getting a little bit of a run. She passes the wall. Will she be able to cover? And it's going to be out. Going to be corner kick, for the Cardinals. And wow, what a run there that Cotty had.
That was very good. I mean, how many defenders did she just run through
right,
there?
Just ran through 3 New Richmond defenders. Is that going to be they're deciding that that's going to be a goal kick. I thought that was off a New Richmond defenseman.
It looked that way.
But I guess the refs down there have a better sense of what's going on. To Dallas. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals, and it looks like Riverboat's taking the throw-in. With the throw out to Dallas, and that's going to be taken away by a New Richmond defenseman to Schweitzer. Schweitzer, a big touch.
Hagen with the big boot out.
And it looks like New Richmond is going to boot that one up. That's to number 7, Mariah Benedict. Turns it right back over to Chippewa. A little bit of back and forth action here. Looks like that's going to be a call going Chippewa's way. Making some substitutions here on the New Richmond side. Number 4, Hattie Harold coming in. And number 23, it looks like. Actually, seems to be a little bit of confusion on there, or on the field. Number 23, Emily Lee, going to be coming in after this set. And Mason off to the races. Mason bringing the ball back to Cotty. Cotty with an opportunity. Will she be able to finish? And the keeper, Turner, gobbles that one up. Great save by the sophomore keeper for New Richmond. She punts it out to the side, and will they be able to keep it in? They will. To Hagen. Almost loses the ball there. To Mason. Mason with room. A little bit of a big touch. That's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. So about 14 minutes into the game, 1-0 your score. And Mason, how are the Chi-High girls playing so far tonight?
You know, it's like I said earlier, we're keeping up in that their defensive third. We're keeping the pressure up there. They haven't had many runs, if at all. I don't think New Richmond has a single shot yet. Have they even had a corner kick yet on their side?
They have not.
No, so we're doing very well. This is what we like to see. Just hopefully we can keep the pressure up and hopefully we don't slow down. I would have liked another goal by now, just how quickly we got that first one, but all things come with time.
Right. And looking at, comparing them to the Spash Squad, it looks like New Richmond so far is presenting themselves as a bit of tougher competition for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, I think that New Richmond is more staying sound defensively. Like, because we're pressing so hard, they're staying more compact on the back, which it's harder for us to run through. Our biggest attack is our speed and our strength, so we like to run through people. So when they stay so compact in the back, it's a little more difficult, but, as we've shown before, we can break past it still. It just comes with time.
Right. In time we still have close to 65 minutes left of this game. We're playing to 80 minutes, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Years ago, I think only 2. It used to be 90. I don't know why they changed it.
Yeah, I know guys and girls I think they both used to be 90. Breakaway there by number 3, Gasboard, and off the crossbar. Great save by Mallory Colley. Wonderful breakaway by Sienna Gasboard, the freshman for New Richmond. Almost a goal for the New Richmond squad. You know, Colley did everything she could, and that was a great shot there by Gasboard. And New Richmond's letting the Cardinals know that they're willing to bring the pressure. Throw back to Mariah Berg of New Richmond. A little bit of miscommunication there, but it seems after that shot now, New Richmond is starting to wake up a little bit. Be a throw-in by Sammy the Riverboat Perlberg. Going to be another throw-in for the Cardinals. Riverboat taking the throw. Riverboat with the big arm. Mason with pressure. Unfortunate communication. And Mason handing it over to the New Richmond squad. Going to be out to Lee. It's going to be Dallas. Dallas with a little bit of room. Applying the pressure. Out to Mason. Mason with 3 on.
Asia Duda with the ball now.
Asia Duda, a sophomore. Another young player there that has a wonderful opportunity to develop into an amazing forward for this Chi-High squad. Turner with the boot out. It's going to be on Cotty. Ritzinger with time. Oh. Schweitzer boots the ball up. Duda off to the races, but it looks like Burns is going to keep that away from her. She's going to boot the ball out, and that's going to be a throw-in for Chippewa. Making some substitutions on both sides. We have 2 red and 2 whites coming onto the field.
Coming on for the Cards is Joanna Maurer and Ava Dalby. There we go.
Opportunity here for, and unable to capitalize there for Joanna Maurer, Out to Lee. Diallo applying the pressure to the New Richmond defense, and that's going to be a throw-in for New Richmond. To Harold. Harold to Zink. Zink with the intention out to Gasboard, but that's going to be turned over to Chippewa, throw-in for New Richmond. Drake Bovey, our cameraman, acting as the ball boy down there. Richmond playing a little bit of keep away, and there's some contact, and are they going to let that one go? They're going to call that, and that's going to be a free kick for New Richmond. Boot by Hafner. for the New Richmond squad. There's going to be a 50-50, and New Richmond's coming away with that one. Out to Lee. Hagen and Lee battling for the ball there, and that's going to be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls. No contact there, and this is going to be another throw-in for Chippewa Falls. It seems to be that Hagen has a little bit of a differing philosophy on throw-ins when it comes to the riverboat, huh?
I mean, like I said, Sammy's got that absolute cannon of an arm.
Right, she's got to utilize it, right? Your coach, Ali, down on the sidelines talking to his girls, getting a little frustrated, telling them to not wait for the ball. You can hear that all the way up from the box here.
Yeah, that was loud.
Out in Richmond, and Colley's going to come up and gobble that one up. It seems after that crossbar shot, the tides have turned a little bit, and Richmond's woken up and has spent a little more time on Chippewa's offensive side.
Yeah, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but I mean, hopefully we can just kick her back in gear here. We can keep pushing again, but yeah, ever since Richmond took that one shot, it seems like they have indeed woken up, and they've pushing now.
Right, and whereas Richmond's woke up, it seems that the Cardinals have kind of dialed it back a little bit. They're not being as nearly as aggressive as they were in the first 15 minutes towards the ball. You know, they're letting the 50-50s go into New Richmond, and you know, New Richmond's proving themselves to be a pretty good team, and you cannot be losing those 50-50 balls to a team like this.
Yeah, coming from New Richmond, once they got scored on, they woke up in that sense. So they started kicking back, and now after that, another shot, they are full on attack, and so hopefully our girls can pick it back up and, get a little fire, get a little pep in their step.
Looks like Charette kicked the ball out, and that's going to be thrown for New Richmond. Out to Dallas. Dallas with a big touch, and Hafner kicks that one away, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Hagen taking that throw-in. Out to Schweitzer. Beautiful throw. Let's see what she does. She sends it back. Boot ball up by the boat. And that's going to be another throw-in for the Cardinals. Throwing to Schweitzer. Out to Lee. Lee booting the ball up, and that's going to be a nice run there for Gaspard. Gaspard with a shot on goal earlier, and Colley coming out of the box. Will she be able to capitalize? And that's a goal for Richmond. Number 23, Emily Lee, tying up the score 1-1, scoring in the 22nd minute. Great opportunity and great capitalization there by the sophomore, Emily Lee.
That was actually a very smart move out in Richmond's part because they had the ball. The girl saw that she couldn't take it. She laid it up to the one behind her, and the girl behind her took the shot. That was actually a very smart move on their part.
Right, beautiful soccer there by the New Richmond squad and tying this game up. And, this one's going to be an interesting one. Let's see if Chippewa responds back after this.
This is another thing, though. Like I said earlier, that looked like a communication error on the defense part, and that's, I think, the biggest thing holding us back collectively as a team is our communication. We're not telling our players when they have runs coming at them, when they have players behind them. We're not utilizing everyone on the field, and I think that is our biggest handicap. If we can overcome that, we can be a phenomenal team.
Right, and that's a huge part in soccer. You have to be talking so much. You know, your voice should pretty much be gone by the end of the game if you're on the field. I mean, that's the game. The game of soccer, though it seems to be pretty individual, is a very much a team sport, and there has to be a bunch of communication across that big field.
I mean, in every sense. I mean, I can't speak for it, but I'm willing to bet you the reason that goal was just scored, that girl behind her probably called for it.
Right. I also didn't hear keep coming out from Colley, so again, it's communication. Like he said, that's something that is a crux on this team, and that's something that they just have to work on.
It's just something we have to overcome. And again, with time, I think we can do it.
Again, it's still early. Still plenty of opportunity to get that in stride and figure that problem out. Back to live gameplay here. It looks like Sienna Gaspard's off to the races. She with the assist, I believe, on the last goal. Sending the ball through. Another through ball. Riverboat letting that through. Emily Lee with another shot on the net, and Colley saves that, and that's going to be a corner kick for New Richmond. It seems to be that New Richmond's fully woken up and firing on all 12 cylinders here. They're really applying the pressure on the defensive third of the Chi High squad.
Number 23, Emily Lee, she's sitting in a very good position. I mean, again, she just took the shot there. Had it been a little closer, she would have been in the perfect position to score.
Another great save by Mallory Colley there. Lucky. Chippewa needs to be able to clear that one out of the box. It looks like Lee and Benedict are taking a little bit of a team approach there on that corner. Hagen able to clear that out, and that's going to be left in. Out to Zink. Zink to Gaspard. Back to Zink. Nice out by Charette there. Schweitzer coming away with that, and Dallas booting that up to Mason. Mason with pressure on. Hey, Mason off to the races, and that seems to be a shove in the back, and there's no call on that. They're going to let that play. That's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals.
It's really how unfortunate how often you see plays like that where our team or any team in general is making breakaway runs like that, and there'll be some foul play and there'll be no call. It is
right, and that's the thing. I don't care what team you're on. If New Richmond, I'd be calling the same thing. You know, you can't be shoving people behind the back. Short throw to Mason. Boat able to keep it in. Mason with room. Pressure coming. Little boot ball, not enough mustard on it, and it looks like they're off to the races. Boat and Benedict. Boat able to hold her off. Hagen keeping it out, and it is able to be kept in by the Cardinals. Out to Lee. Lee to Gaspard. Chippewa booting the ball up. And that is going to be a throw-in for the New Richmond Tigers. The throw. Ritzer on that throw, excuse me. Hagen throwing in for the Cardinals. JoJo Maurer heading that ball in. Nice body work there. The two defensemen are changing positions there. Dallas with pressure, and that's going to be New Richmond. Fight there for the ball. Ritzinger with a big touch to Dallas. Dallas to New Richmond.
I like Gale putting it back up there.
Moving the ball back up to Maurer. Maurer's got time. She sends the ball up. Intended for Mason, but just not quite close enough to her. Ritzinger. Mason aggressive with the ball. Let's see if she's going to do a little give and go here. And you know, going to that ball, what Mason just did, that's what Chippewa needs to do to win the game. Almost goal opportunity there. Out to Growth. Richmond able to keep that out. Out to Lee. Lee to Harold. Harold to Growth. Back out to Lee. And, you know, this Richmond squad, they're really moving the ball around well.
Their passes have been on point tonight. They're moving up the field soundly. They're not relying on just breakaway runs or playing boot ball. They're passing the ball. They're communicating with each other. Some physicality over by Schweitzer.
Back out to Hagen. And it's going to be a throw-in for New Richmond. That's going to be a throw-in for New Richmond. Number 15, Olivia Burns, taking the throw-in. Collision there by Schweitzer and Growth. DeMulling out there on that right side. Chesney DeMulling, a sophomore for the New Richmond squad. And we are fortunate enough to have Bo Snyder, our on-field reporter. We're going to transition over to him. Bo, tell us what you got on the field right about now.
It's a good competitive game. Looks evenly matched, and yeah.
Thank you, Bo, for your on-field insights. Back to live gameplay here. You can see him giggling down there. Wonderful time on behalf of Cardinal TV. And we're going to be back to live gameplay here. Mason with pressure. Out to Ritzinger. Hagen with the boot ball up, and it looks like Dallas is out to the races. Foot race between the two, and it looks like they're going to let her go. Going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. And we're approaching 8 minutes left of this half, and you know, Mason, what do the Cardinals got to do to get another goal in the net before this half is over?
They need to keep pressure up. They need to keep sound defensively. The biggest thing right now is we need another goal. It's tied. We can't win when it's tied. And I want to win tonight myself.
Right.
So we need to just keep the pressure up. We need to pass. You know, I know our strongest thing is just taking the ball and making breakaways, but we need to work as a team. We need to work together. So what we need to do is pass the ball. We need to communicate with each other, and we need to move as one solid unit.
Back to live gameplay here. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Mason with aggression, pressure, and there is an arm extension there by Rumsa. That's going to go uncalled. Great effort there by Casey Groth, getting the ball away from the Cardinals. Chloe Groth, excuse me. Out to Charette. Charette with pressure. Sends the ball up to intended for Mason. And Mason comes away with that one with pressure on, though. And the keeper for the New Richmond Tigers is going to come up and gobble that one up. And she's going to boot it away for the Tigers. Mason in front of the box. Out to Diallo. Diallo with time, with pressure. Asia Duda trying to keep that ball in, and that isn't going to be enough. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Boat taking the throw, and I mean, her throw-ins are just about as valuable as corner kicks.
You know, one thing I keep seeing here that's just super irritating is there is always a New Richmond player, not even just New Richmond, but against any team we play. Once that first goal is scored, there is always people on Haley, and unfortunately, that's our best player out there, so it just really hurts when there's always one or two people on her at all times. She can't make those breakaway runs.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, when you see her and how good she is, the first thing I would do if I was any opposing coach, double team her. Because you need to shut her down because she was always making opportunities, whether it's for herself or for her other teammates. You know, if I was in the pep talk, if I was getting my defensemen, I would be pulling them off to the side and being like, hey, look at number 7. Look at Mason there. She's an all-state player. We need to double team her so she cannot create opportunities for their team.
And I mean, that being said, that even just furthers the point that we can't just rely on one person. We can't just rely on two people. We have to use ourselves. We have to use everyone. We have to work as a team.
Ritzinger hitting number 15, Olivia Burns, on the New Richmond squad. A little bit of a hard knock there. She's taking her time walking off. She looks to be all right. They're going to put her through the typical concussion protocol, though. Our athletic trainer, Michaela, will be taking her through the concussion protocol steps and making sure that she's all right. That was a pretty hard knock to the head. Nice boot there. Turner, the keeper, grabbing that one. She's looking around, assessing her options, and she's going to have to boot the ball away.
That Ella Gale there, she has a leg.
She does. She does indeed. A junior. Does she have any relation to Owen Gale?
Oh, yes, she does.
Oh, is she Owen's sister? Is she Owen's sister?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Owen Gale, former teammate of ours, graduated in the year of 2020. Ritzinger with the ball.
There's a little bit of physicality right out there.
Right. I mean, Ritzinger, she is a physical player. I mean, one of the most physical players on the team other than Jada Curtis.
Of course.
And, you know, with how physical these gals are playing on both sides, I mean, it would be interesting to see what Jada would be up to right now.
Haley on another breakaway run.
And that seems to be another...
That's a foul right there. That should be a call.
And the ref's letting that one play. You know, and we've been seeing it on both sides tonight. I mean, the refs here tonight, they're calling interesting things. You know, they're letting some things slide on both sides, and then they're letting a lot of things go on both sides. And I don't know, seems to be a little inconsistent.
Like, unfortunately, that was another breakaway run. That was another goal-scoring opportunity, and she was took out from behind at the ankles. That's a call right there.
That is a call. Almost a goal there. Own goal by New Richmond, and that's going to be a corner kick, just escaping the net there. And it looks like Mason's going to be taking that kick. Mason with the corner kick. And it's good, but not good enough. Good for a football game, but not for a soccer match. Sammy the Riverboat Pearlbird getting a header on that, but just over the net. Turner with the kick. Mason with the header. New Richmond with time to reassess here, but the pressure's on. Mason applying the pressure. Out to Dallas. Dallas is able to keep it in. And there's a call there. That was a push in the back there by Dallas, but you know we're calling that one, which I mean was a fair call, right? It's a fair call. It was a blatant push in the back, but you're not calling the other ones. It's a little suspicious.
You know, the way I believe it is if you are going to, like, if you're going to call a game, you have to call it fairly. You have to call it both sides. And if that's the way you want to be, that's fine. But if you're going to let them play, then you have to let them play. As a ref, you cannot just strictly call one side or the other.
Right, and I mean, you know, those were pretty blatant calls. The last two calls we just had, I mean, those were obvious. Those were obviously Chippewa fouls. But, I mean, the other two going the other way, that's where I'm starting to raise a little bit of questions here.
And in this situation, it's always up to the ref's discretion. You know,
Correct.
they're the ones in the field. They're seeing it happen.
Dallas off to the races with a breakaway shot. Will she be able to capitalize? And that's going to be a corner kick for the Cardinals. And they're not going to be able to rattle one off before time's out. And that is halftime. 1-1 your score. And, you know, Mason, what are the assessments we're looking at right now?
Right now, it's a little unfortunate they got one in. I think we fell asleep a little bit. Hopefully, in the second half, we bounce back, we recover from it. I know Coach Ali is going to give them a real nice pep talk. And hopefully, they take that into consideration and they bounce back from it.
Well, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue with live coverage of the varsity women's soccer match between the New Richmond Tigers and your Chippewa Falls Cardinals on Cardinal TV here. We're going to tune it back in, look at the game side before we go, and it looks like we're not getting any feed there. So just a quick reminder to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps us out tremendously to get our channel out there. As soon as we get the scoop, we will keep you in the loop. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go to our halftime break, and the ads who make this possible, the ad sponsors who make our coverage possible, thank you for tuning in live on Cardinal TV. Welcome back to live gameplay here. We're in the second half between the game between the Chippewa Falls Cardinals and the Richmond Tigers women's varsity soccer match. Chippewa starting the ball with the ball at the second half here. Mason taking the kick. And it looks like there's a little bit of frustration coming from the bench. Coach Ali's we've been notified, has already been carded this game tonight.
Which I believe is his second card this year so far.
You know, Coach Ali, I remember having him back in the day. He was the first coach I ever saw get carded, and I was shocked. But you know, then it happened more and more and more, and I was like, okay, like this is typical.
When he feels very passionate about calls, especially, like the call he got was carded on, he believed that it should have been a PK that should have been awarded to the Cardinals as it was a foul in the box. However, no call was made at all. And when he sees that either one of his players is being targeted, is hurt, or it is a goal-scoring opportunity, he gets very passionate about it, and he lets the refs know.
In the box there, Riverboat with the header, unable to capitalize, and it looks like Zink is taking the ball up into the races. And Richmond's able to keep it in, and Chip will come in away with that. Looks like they're waking up on defense a little bit. Cotty with a little bit of a give and go off to the races. Will she be able to capitalize here? And that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals.
Very nice by Cotty being able to take it all the way from the defense and just pushing it back. And she stopped an attack. I mean, that's a defensive stop if I've ever seen one. And then just pulls it back and keeps it in motion.
Back to live gameplay here. Pressure on. Mason putting the pressure on. Turned over to Kadi Diallo. Dallas moving their way around the Richmond defender. They're off to the races. And that's a trip, and there's a call.
Yeah, it's just frustrating like that. You know, you have forward momentum going up the field, and unfortunately, fouls happen.
Right. And it looks like that's going to be Asia Duda, is that correct, taking the kick? It's a little hard to see from here up in the box.
I believe that is Ella Gale.
Oh, my goodness. That was a field goal. Wow, what a flippin' bomb that was.
As I said earlier tonight, she has a leg. Only Owen had a leg like that.
Game is still tied 1-1. Just 2 minutes into the second half here. Ritzinger taking a shot, unable to capitalize. Zink out to Benedict, and that's going to be a throw-in for New Richmond. Number 10, Maria Berg, taking the throw-in for the Tigers. Follow to Duda, and that's going to be another throw-in for the Cardinals. Big boot by Hagen. Riverboat booting that ball up and out of the box there. And that's another boot up there for the Cardinals. It looks like Dallas is off to the races. Number 25, Lily Bermud, getting in the way there. That's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Out to Ritzinger. Ritzinger moving the ball around. Out to Mason. Just outside her reach, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Looks like Schweitzer's taking the throw. Long ball out to Benedict. Stopped by the Cardinals. Another throw-in for the Cardinals. Out to Berg. Riverboat kicking that one away. Booed out by Hagen. That's to Diallo. Diallo up to Mason. Mason with pressure. Will she be off? Indeed she will. She's fighting for the ball. She's still going. Looks like she's taking it up the right side. She's the victorious one out of that battle. Sends it in. And that's going to be out by New Richmond. Another opportunity for Mason. And will they be able to finish? And no one was there to finish. That's going to be a corner kick, for the Cardinals.
In moments like that, the entire team has to press up with her. I know the front line did, but the entire team as a whole needs to move up collectively and give her that support. And unfortunately, there was no one on that backside to tap that one in.
Right, they got to be able to give her the opportunities so, you can capitalize on a cross and score. That's going to be a throw-in for New Richmond. Berg taking the throw. Ritzinger with pressure on Zink. To Mason. Mason up to Ritzinger. And that's going to be a throw-in for... That's going to be a free kick, for the New Richmond Tigers. Ritzinger keeping the ball in. Dallas coming in, and it looked like Bermud put herself in a great position to get in between Dallas and the ball.
It looks like the New Richmond defense has figured out what the Chippewa Cardinals want to do. It looks like they figured out who they want to send it to and what they're doing, and they are shutting them down.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Cardinals can come up with something special real quick here because they are being shut down by the New Richmond Tigers.
It's like Chloe Groth is on a run here with no pressure. Sent out to Singer. Singer sends it back to the captain, Hattie Harold. Harold to Groth. Oh, she's taking her sweet old time. She's going to take a wind up and kick.
Nice header by Perlberg there.
Diallo up to Mason. That's back to New Richmond. And it looks like Gaswold's trying to take a shot, and that's going to be off of Duda, and that's going to be a corner for the New Richmond Tigers. Gale, excuse me. looking to kick it out. Yale kicks it out. Out to Bermode. She sends it up, goes past the end line, and that is going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals. Dialed up by Colley there. Colley taking a big boot at the corner of the box. Keep comes up, and that's going to be another save there by Colley. She takes a kick.
Whites are trying to force it up there, but there's just too many New Richmond players. Out to Haley there. Haley tries to give and go to Dallas. Dallas tries to keep it in play.
That's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. A little bit of contact on the end of the play there. Schweitzer taking the throw.
Schweitzer to the center of the field. Maurer runs in.
Will she be able to capitalize? And there seems to be a bit of a takedown there in the box. And that's going to be a corner.
Nice run by Joanna Maurer there. Nice physicality. She just kept running through. It's just unfortunate that ball couldn't go in.
Yep. She seems to be talking to the ref there. And, I mean, it's been a great physical match here. 1-1 your score. Will they be able to capitalize? And out to Hagen. Hagen with a big boot. And that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. To be into Ritzinger. There seems to be a call on the play, and that's going to go New Richmond's way. Going to look at live game action here from the on-field cam. Looks like that's cutting out, and we're going to transition back to our camera up on the top here. Schweitzer taking the throw in here for the Cardinals.
Asia Dula coming on the field for Joanna Maurer.
That's going to be a throw-in for the New Richmond Tigers.
Well, Gale sends it right back up the field.
To Riverboat. Riverboat with pressure. Schweitzer looking to keep it out. To Diallo. Out to Lee. A little bit of contact there on the play. Diallo with pressure. Sends Dallas. That's going to be a throw-in for Chi High. great stop there by the keeper for New Richmond, number 98, Paige Turner, the sophomore. 1-1, your score still at about 55 minutes in the game. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Hagen taking the throw. Hagen to Schweitzer. Miscommunication there, and that's going to be a throw-in for the New Richmond Tigers. Richmond putting some fresh legs onto the field for their squad. Number 20, it seems to be Abby Ritzer is taking the throw-in for the New Richmond Tigers. And she seems to have thrown within the boundaries of the field. And that's going to be a handball and a throw over to the Cardinals.
You know, Gabe, I can't say that I've never done that before. I think I've done it twice.
You know, it's hard. I mean, all those different lines down there. We're the black, and usually on just about every other field you play on, the stripes are white. And so, yeah, that's sometimes that happens, and sometimes you just can't win them all on that one.
Well, especially in the heat of the moment, you just want to get that ball back in play. You see a line, you want to throw it. It happens.
To Hagen with pressure. Looks like Benedict isn't able to keep it in. That's going to be Hagen on the throw-in for the Cardinals. Hagen with the throw. Back to Hagen. Unable to keep it in there. Riverboat coming away with that ball. Ref made a call, and it's going Chippewa's way. It's like Gail's going to be taking the kick there with her boot of a leg. And Boat's able to keep that in. Schweitzer with pressure. Up to Ritzinger. Ritzinger assessing her options. She sends it down the right side to New Richmond. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. And, you know, looking at the field here, Mason, it just seems, even on the sidelines, that New Richmond just has more life than the Chi-Hi crew.
Yeah, it's frustrating to say the least. New Richmond, they're sending it in. They look like they have more energy. They look like they want it just a little bit more, and it's frustrating for our Chippewa Cardinals because we want the best for them and we want them to win tonight. And of course, we've had some calls that haven't gone our way, but
quick 50-50 ball there. Dallas running up on Turner, the keeper.
It's moments like that. Just we need a little more intensity by more than just two people. Our defense is doing very sound.
There was some contact there on the play. Takedown there. There was some solid contact.
There was there. I mean, I believe it was a full-on accident, but I mean, that girl flew.
Yeah.
Nice header by Perlberg there. And another one.
Ritzinger. Big touch there. out to Maurer, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals.
Hagan takes a throw out to Schweitzer. Schweitzer up to Dallas. A little bit of contact there. Out to Cotty. Cotty takes it.
She's off to the races, and a little bit of a big touch there.
Mason back to Cotty there. Out to Schweitzer.
Schweitzer sending them up. Great positioning there by the New Richmond defender, and that's going to result in a goal kick for New Richmond. JoJo booting the ball up. Ritzinger with time. 2 on.
Fortunately, there's just so many New Richmond defenders back there. Like,
Right.
if you look in the field, the majority of their team is just compacting back there. And I mean, that's what defenses do when they're panicked, when they're scared. They just compact, and it's so unfortunate because you cannot make a break through that.
Looking at the New Richmond strategy here, they got one at the top, and it seems to be that their defense is coming and crashing and compacting when the Chippewa side is on offense. You know, it's a good defensive strategy to keep the ball out of the net.
You know, it seems to be working on that part as it's very difficult for us to score, but they can't score with all their players on their back line either.
That's true.
So hopefully Chippewa can keep up their intensity, they can keep up this momentum, and hopefully we can put one in the back of the goal.
Boot by Cotty. She's sending that out to Lee. Lee with room, and she's unable to get a foot on that one, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Riverboat with the throw-in, coming across the field. She hits a line drive. Will Dallas be able to win this foot race, keep it in? And that is going to be a corner for the Cardinals. 1-1 is still your score with 62 left on, or 62 minutes in the game.
Abigail taking the kick again tonight.
And that's going to be a call going the way of New Richmond. VAR signaling where the ball needs to be in line.
Coach Ali getting very vocal out there again with the refs.
And it looks like the refs are talking it over. And that is going to be a PK for the Chippewa squad. Number 13, Lizzie Dallas, taking the kick.
It appears that it was a handball inside the box.
Going to be a test for the keeper, number 98, Paige Turner, the sophomore. Great save by Turner. Dallas trying to go over, and Turner with an amazing stop there. Another blown opportunity by the Cardinals.
Very nice save by the goalie there. Blocking PKs is one of the most difficult jobs you can do as a keeper. And whenever you block one like that, it's something to put in your stats right there.
Right, amazing save by the keeper. You never know where the ball's going to go either on that PK. You got a lot of net to cover. And usually the odds are stacked against you when it comes to being a goalie in a PK. And the fact that she saved that is commendable. Great save by the keeper, Paige Turner. To Maurer. Maurer booting the ball away to New Richmond. Looks like Growth is off to the races. Trying to keep the ball out of the box. And that's going to go past the end line, going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals. Then assessing the situation and assessing the gameplay here, New Richmond's doing a very good job of when they get the ball, they take a touch to control, they look around, assess their options, and then they make a move with the ball. It seems to be that Chippewa, as soon as they get the ball, they're booting it away. And again, you can't be playing a game of boot ball against a team that's this good.
You know, it's been the Chippewa curse. That's been our mindset, is just when you get the ball, kick it away as hard as you can and kick it as far as possible away. We were hoping that in these past couple of years we could break away from that. And in all honesty, we've taken just strides away from what we used to be. But unfortunately, tonight it's looking like we're going back to old habits. And as much as I would like us to dribble up and work together as a team, like I've been saying all night, we're too focused on individual players. And that, unfortunately, it's been our downfall in some of these previous games. And I'm hoping we don't lose tonight, but we need to work as a team if we're going to come home to win.
Again, Richmond getting the ball, taking the time to reset. Richmond's playing really good soccer right now, and it looks like Dallas is off to the races. Looks like she might have a one-on-one opportunity here. The keeper coming out, and that's a goal. Number 13, Lizzie Dallas, with a wonderful breakaway shot there. Go, Lizzie, go. What a beautiful breakaway and run by Lizzie Dallas. Great mindset by the keeper, Paige Turner, there, coming out and trying to make a stop, but unfortunately, Dallas bested her on that showdown, on the second showdown they had, and Dallas was able to come away with a goal there.
It is truly ironic how we were just talking about how just playing boot ball with it is just ineffective, and then that happens.
You know,
and Dallas gets the ball and she runs away with
every once in a while it works, and there's another breakaway by Mason. Will she be able to capitalize here? Nice touch, and that's another goal.
Wow.
3-1 your score. 2 goals in the 65th minute. First by Dallas and second by the all-team player Haley Mason. Your second goal of the night. 2 goals in the span of 20 seconds. And let's see how New Richmond's going to respond to this one. Oh my goodness gracious, pudding and pie. That is the type of soccer we like to see. And man, the momentum is in Chippewa's favor. Gale taking the throw.
Hopefully now we can keep this momentum up and we just keep making these runs. Those were 2 very beautiful plays back to back. Let's just keep this momentum moving forward here.
Another beautiful ball by Mason there out to number 9, Aisha Duda. She was unable to come away with that one. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Boat taking the throw, and like you said, back-to-back beautiful plays there by the Cardinals. Substitutions being made. Number 25 for the New Richmond Tigers, Lily Bermud, coming in and putting in some fresh legs on the New Richmond defense. Nice footwork there by Ritzinger. Ritzinger sending the ball up. A little hard. Mason with another one. Another opportunity. Will she be able to finish? Great 50-50. Great save by Turner there. You know, another great ball by the Chi-High midfield, but those are the opportunities where you have to have more than one person running up on the net. So when a pop ball or a botched ball happens like that, you have somebody else to capitalize and come away with that, like New Richmond scored in the first half.
If Duda would have just been a little closer, if she would have been moving like a few seconds earlier, I think she possibly could have gotten away with that goal there.
Collie taking her time. And the ball out to Pearl. That is Gale. Out to New Richmond. Richmond straight to Gale. Mason with the ball out to Dallas. A little too much. They get it out, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Cardinals making some fresh substitutions, as well as the Tigers getting some fresh legs in on the field. Number 5, Joanna Maurer coming in for the Cardinals. It looks like number 11 for the New Richmond Tigers, Chloe Groth. Schweitzer. There's contact with Maurer. And the game goes on. Number 6 to Demulling. There, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals. Both teams getting behind, both parent sections getting behind their teams here tonight. Been one physical and energetic game, Mason.
It's always nice to see the parents coming out and supporting, and especially when they get vocal. It can also be very entertaining, too.
Yeah, sometimes the parents kind of say what we're all thinking in a little more unfiltered tone.
They can't get cards as easy as parents or as players or coaches, so they feel free to say whatever they want.
That is true.
But I mean, all power to them. More physicality out there. Questionable handball on the ball there. Ref doesn't seem to call it.
That's going to go Richmond's way. Aggression by Maurer. It's going to be another throw-in for the Tigers. And man, this is turning into quite the game here. Schweitzer with the throw. And that's going to be a kick for the Cardinals. Haley taking the kick. See where she can put this. Another opportunity here for the Cardinals. Looking at Asia Duda on that back end. She's got to come and crash that back post, seeing if she can get a header here. To the left side for Mason. I'm unable to capitalize on that opportunity. Goal kick for the New Richmond Tigers, number 22. Reese Hafner taking the kick. Benedict marching all around the field here. Physicality is up. Charette sending the ball up. Almost a clip there. Great little give and go there by Ritzinger. Mason unable to hold on to the ball there. Richmond booting the ball up, and that's going to be gobbled up by Coley there, the keeper. Coley sending the ball away. Richmond the first off the bounce. Hagen clearing the ball out, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers. Another throw-in for the Tigers. Mason. Mason taking her time with one, now two on. And she's going to be unable to keep that one in.
Again, in situations like that, Haley was 1v5 with that back line. The entire team as a whole has to move up, and especially those wingers on that left side, they have to give her support, or she can't run through an entire team on her by herself.
3-1 your score with 74 minutes on the clock. 6 minutes left in this game. Chippewa Falls on the throw-in here. Substitution being made for the help, and the ball's going back to New Richmond. Mason sending that ball out to Maurer. Maurer looking to boot the ball away, and she finds a white player. To Gale. Gale with pressure. She boots it away to Mason. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. I think another thing that's been aiding in the physicality in the game, you know, both squads, both are running through the ball and giving it all they got, and you know that's presenting itself in some physical opportunities, and that's going to be a call on the Cardinals. Like I was saying, though, you know, running through that ball, giving it all you got, that's gonna present itself. There's going to be a lot of physical hits, when you run through the ball like that, and that's on both sides.
Yeah, it comes down to who wants it more and when they want it, and if two people are running at each other, it's going to get physical.
Cully with a grab there. And Cully boots the ball away. Mason with pressure. Out to Ritzinger. Schweitzer with pressure. A little back and forth action there. Richmond moving the ball around well.
It was a beautiful touch by number 2 there, or number 7 there.
All ball looking up to Dallas. Dallas able to come away with it. Richmond able to position themselves well between Cardinals and the ball. Counting on 2 minutes left in this game. I mean, anything can happen, as this has been an action-packed game, and something may be happening right now. Breakaway by the New Richmond squad, and that's up to Coley, and Coley grabs that one up. Taking her time, running the clock down. Assessing her options. She boots the ball up. Unable to keep that in. It'll be a throw-in for the New Richmond Tigers. New Richmond putting in a fresh set of legs. Boots the ball up. And that's going to be another New Richmond throw-in. Maurer with physicality. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. And things are getting dicey down there on the field. Yeah, and that's going to be... Whoa! That's going to be going Richmond's way. Interesting call by the refs. Seconds left in the game. And that's 80 minutes. Your final score at the end of this 80-minute game, your Chippewa Falls Cardinals 3, the New Richmond Tigers 1. You know, what a physical game we had there tonight, Mason. Why don't you give us a little bit of a post-game analysis from the managerial perspective?
You know, that first half, that first right away, we got a goal in, and I had high hopes. We slowed down a little bit. New Richmond got a goal. It's unfortunate, but as the game progressed, as we progressed, we started to get back together. We started to pick ourselves up. And then we had that amazing, just solid minute of 2 goals scored in the span of 20 seconds. That was beautiful to watch.
Right. You don't see that every day in women's soccer.
No, not at all. And that, I don't know. After that, we kept our momentum up. We kept our intensity up. We didn't falter after that. New Richmond didn't either, but the difference was this time we kept going. In that first half, once we got scored on, we slowed down a little bit. And New Richmond started dominating the field. But once we scored in that second half, we didn't let up at all. And that's one of the reasons why we won tonight's game, is because we kept our intensity up. We faltered a little bit. We got scored on because of it. We picked ourselves up, and we won tonight.
Right. I think the next thing moving forward with this Chippewa Falls squad is, it seemed to be, and on both sides, when things were getting a little dire, they resorted to the old boot ball. And I think just an important thing to take away from this game and moving forward with the games ahead is when things get a little dicey, when things get a little tense, when the game gets a little tight, it is important to keep composure and to keep the passing down, to keep the ball down, to keep the ball controlled so that we can present more opportunities for the girls can present more opportunities for their teams.
And it's ironic how we were saying that, you know, we don't want to do boot balls, how it's not the right thing to do. And then we score 2 goals right off it. As much as we don't want to do it, we did get 2 goals off it. However, it's not the smartest way to get goals.
Right. And that's the thing, you know, with boot ball. I mean, again, if you send enough balls up that way, you know, one of them's going to sink, right? One of them's going to hit the back of the net, but that can't be something that can be consistently relied on. I mean, looking at those 2 breakaways, those were 2 incredibly placed balls and 2 very lucky breaks based off the boot ball experience. But I mean, those were well placed balls. You know, you don't see that every day.
Yeah. So I mean, those were lucky. Those were smart. But in the future, I would like to not rely on those so heavily and rely on the passing as a team.
Again, great physical game here between the New Richmond Tigers and your Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Your final score 3-1. It is approaching 9 p.m. The temperature's getting a little cold. The sun is down. I would like to thank you all for tuning in live on Cardinals TV tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It helps us out a lot. All of the ad sponsors you see, those are all donations by our local businesses to run ads on our live streamed events, and all of the events that you see here tonight are ran by the students. You heard that right. Not professionals, but me, Mason, and our entire crew, Drake Bovey, Bo Snyder, Owen, Krista, Carter Hoym, and Iverson Beckwith. We are all students here at Chippewa Falls Senior High School taking a part of the Chi-High Media Productions class, a.k.a. Cardinal TV. So if you subscribe, comment, like, hit that notification bell, it helps us out tremendously. As soon as we get the scoop, we will keep you in the loop. So on behalf of me, Gabe Vargas,
And me, Mason Bruin.
and the rest of the Cardinal TV team, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to tonight's game between the Chi-High Cardinals and the New Richmond Tigers. Peace and